Good evening, everyone. It is Tuesday night, October the 28th, 2026, 2025. Here, I'm jumping ahead a year. Let me just show you right real quick. This is going to be a real quick update. Boy, I did not expect Hurricane Melissa to make landfall in Jamaica as a 185 mile per hour, 892 millibar pressure hurricane. It's unbelievable. And gosh, I just can't believe it. But as you can see the satellite shot tonight, you can clearly see where here, if you see where my arrow cursor is, that's right where the storm made landfall, just to the west of Black River, and also the little town of New Hope right here in the southwest part of Jamaica, and it also had the storm pass just to the east. The eye passed just east of Montego Bay. I'm not sure about how high the winds were, but based on the photos I was seeing that was coming, the videos I've seen coming in from Jamaica today by hurricane chasers and just individuals on the ground there, just regular citizens, it looks to me like the winds were gusting between 130 and 160 miles an hour on the ground in most places. So there's probably going to be a lot of damage, especially this corridor right here. Let me see if I can draw a line showing where I believe the highest wind damage is going to be. And let's see, make this a little bit thicker here. Let me use blue. What the heck? So right here, this corridor right here, probably where the highest wind damage was, right where the eye came across the western part of Jamaica. Over here in the eastern part of the country, right here, right over where Kingston is and east of there, probably not going to see much in the way of damage out of there because this is a very highly concentrated storm. The highest winds were confined basically to the area where I'm circling in blue right now. That's where the highest winds were. Basically, the western half of Jamaica is where the worst, probably the most horrific wind damage has happened, and we'll see the images coming in over the next couple of days. So it's going to be really bad. So, what's this thing going to do from here on out? Okay, gosh, took a while to get to that eraser. So you can see, here it is. I'm gonna use this eraser here. Here's the eye. It pretty much lost its eye, the perfect eye, when it came ashore. About 2 hours after making landfall, it lost that perfect eye. But it's trying to make a comeback here. It's out over the open Caribbean again, north of Jamaica, and in about probably 8 hours or so, 8 to 10 hours, is going to be making landfall right here in this area of southeastern Cuba. And it doesn't have as much land to cross over Cuba before it emerges back into the southwestern Atlantic. So let's take a look here and see. So let's take a look here and see what is steering Hurricane Melissa. So let's take a look real quick. So let me use a different color. Use yellow. So look at this. We have dry air right here. This is clearly the upper level wind pattern. Winds clearly out of the west and northwest. You can see them streaking across here, across the southern U.S. We've actually got some thunderstorm activity right here over southwestern Louisiana and extreme southeast Texas. And it looks like it's racing pretty far east quickly, and we might actually get some thunderstorms in the panhandle of Florida and right along the central Gulf Coast overnight tonight. Where I live here in Gainesville, where this little dot is right here, I don't think we're going to get much out of this activity. It's going to pretty much hit this drier air and kind of fall apart. This is basically a shortwave piece of energy that's causing these thunderstorms. And they had some tornado watches and warnings across southeast Texas earlier this afternoon. So that's what we're looking at. There's not going to be any more hurricane development out here. It's closed off for the year. This is the Cabo Verde part of the season. The upper level winds are streaking out here from the west, so not going to see any more activity out there. Everything, if there is going to be another storm for the rest of the year, it'll honestly be over here over the southwestern Caribbean or the very southern Gulf of Mexico. Dang it, it went away. Why did it do that? So these are the two spots where we could still get development later on, maybe perhaps after the first week of November, we could still get development down in these two spots right here, but I don't think that's very likely, honestly. I think this hurricane season is pretty much shut down after Melissa gets done doing her damage. So here's Melissa's eye right here, where this perfect little uh, yellow dot is I made. And it's basically tracking to the northeast. So it's going to be tracking across just like this. And look where it goes right past Jamaica. And it's going to turn east northeast like that and go towards mainland Europe. So, and it could also bend over a little bit further like this to the east. So basically, I think Bermuda is going to get hit by yet another hurricane, Melissa being the case, and I don't think it's going to be nearly as bad as what they're getting down here in the Caribbean. But we're going to put this into motion here. I'm going to slow it down too. Just watch. So here it is. It's crossing Cuba. It's probably a high-end Cat 3, low-end Cat 4. And just it really kind of slowly weakens from here on out, but it maintains itself over the Southwest Atlantic. Probably strengthens again just east of the Bahamas. And this model is showing it coming, honestly, going to the west of Bermuda by about 100 miles or so. So Bermuda may not even get hit that hard. But look, it tracks way up here in the North Atlantic, becomes just a regular non-tropical low, and then just disappears over the pole, North Pole. So this map is actually really good. It shows the circumference here. Let's look at that one more time. Of course, this goes all the way back before the hurricane made landfall in Jamaica. And so this computer model is actually actually did pretty well, 892 millibars. Basically made landfall in the very spot that this model said. So it did a really good half A parent did a really good job forecasting it. As you can see, it's moving through the central Bahamas, moving along at a good 15 to 20 miles per hour to the northeast. Here's Bermuda right here where my cursor is, if you can see that. So yeah, it looks like the half A model shows Hurricane Melissa passing just far enough to the west of Bermuda that they do avoid the worst of the winds, but just a little deviation to the track a little bit to the east would make a difference. But Bermuda's pretty immune to they're pretty hurricane safe. Um, they're prepared for them, and the infrastructure there is real strong. So I'm not that worried about Bermuda. It'll be passing as a low end Cat 2, so I think they'll be okay. So that's all I have tonight. I hope you all have a good evening, and I will see you later.